Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, episode 44. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
Good. It's been a fun week.
Yeah.
Been busy.
Yeah.
I'm dressed up like Spider-Man right now. It's Halloween.
What? Too bad people can't see this because this is a podcast.
But if you could only imagine.
I saw it. It was hilarious.
And you can see it too if you go watch this week's Tommy's Top Shelf Comics episode of our top 5 comics. I'll be Spider-Man.
That comes out tomorrow?
Comes out tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was a fun Halloween evening. Now, time to do the podcast because we usually do it on Sundays, but we were like, wait, Dynasty spoilers. They start Monday. What if we just pushed the podcast one day and just made a better podcast? Because we spent about the length of a podcast trying to figure out what to talk about.
And we just wanted to know what the heck was coming with the cards.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about, which, I mean, we could have hit the record button, but...
No, that would have been lame. By the time you heard it, then you'd have all the spoilers and we'd look like fools.
And no one would listen to it. So, we have a bunch of spoilers. That's going to be our main topic today. But before we hop into that, I wanted to talk about some things we played this week. John, what'd you play?
Magic Arena.
What are you playing?
So we are now a full cycle from when I last played. So they cycled out, what was it, the furthest back, or the closest was the Adventure of Forgotten Realms or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. That was the last time I played was when those cards came out. I haven't played since, so I missed all Midnight Hunt, all these things. So I'm really happy because that means the entire meta is 1,000% different. And the reason I wanted to do it was because Brothers War is coming out. And I know people are, not happy with Magic right now for very good reasons, but Brothers War is the culmination of all the lore of my childhood coming together, and I can't miss it. So I already bought the Arena kit thing, whatever it's called, release kit. So I'm trying to learn what the meta is right now so I can figure out how to do new decks when they come out. Seems like there's going to be some really spicy stuff. Definitely some card draw love in blue, which is one of my favorites. Some Teferi stuff, doing horrible things to people.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to it. It will be fun.
Prototype mechanic.
I don't really care about that one. It's interesting, but it's not like
it's
I'm like
so
whatever.
Cool.
It's cool. It's cool. It's flavorful. It's just that's
cards,
not my.
It really helps with being with
the curve.
Yeah.
So you can have a huge.
That's one of my biggest things with
thing.
Magic. Yeah, I think a lot of cards should just have prototype.
Agree. It is a cool idea, and it will probably help smooth games out, so you never feel like you're stuck because you drew poorly.
Right.
Or less of that will happen, which is great. I agree. There's so much else going on in the set. That's not the thing I care about. So,
what are you more excited about?
Artifact replication as Urza and just destroying everyone with billions of little artifacts that just keep happening because that's how he works.
Or are you more excited about Optimus Prime?
Hashtag just Urza things. I will say, so after we talked, I don't remember when we were talking about the what are they called? Transformer cards.
Yeah.
I actually went and looked up a gallery of them.
Yeah.
Some of them actually look really good. I was like, oh my God, these are actually not terrible. And I will say, I'm a little older than some, but some of those images definitely hit me right in the nostalgia because I watched those VHS tapes where that art is from. I was like, oh man, I remember, was it like Boombox or whatever, that guy? And or Sonic Blast or something like that. And
it was a little before my time, John.
I know it was, but it was definitely in my time. So I know people out there are like, who wants this? I don't want it. I would not have requested this in this. But if you're going to do it, at least they're using the cool old school, like, I think it was the Hasbro art from like 1984 or some shit.
That's pretty cool. That is
cool. It's very similar art. And then they have the fancy newer versions, right? So the two versions. I wish they had done the fancy version with the older art. It probably would have looked really bad, but because the old art's the nostalgia one, but they did that in the normal frames, and then the fancy versions have really cool frames. So it's fine now.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I actually am not that big of a fan or care too much one way or the other for Transformers.
You're going to get one in every single collector pack.
I know, it's so stupid. I think that's dumb, like, honestly. I think that's dumb.
The people
but
that really care. The people that really care about Magic and are overpaying on packs of really fancy cardboard.
They're gonna buy Transformer cards. That's what's happening.
They're being forced to.
Yeah. I don't care about that.
But I'm
playing Arena.
Yeah. Standard though, right? Standard.
Yeah. I have 2 standard decks now. One's a blue deck. It's
Nice.
like tier 2, and then another Solana, whatever that's called, the enchantment one. It's in the tier 1 list. I don't know. I just net decked. I'm not super familiar. Like I said, I'm trying to learn the meta.
Yeah.
But those were 2 decks I could make in standard relatively easy with just the points I had and a few little things here and there. So they are good. And I have played against your black deck and beaten it with my deck, the one that's a tier 1 deck. So
I have moved on.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I ran into a red deck and I was like, oh, Tommy's probably playing this now.
I'm not.
Okay. What are you playing?
Black, white, human warrior.
Okay. I haven't run into that yet.
Ooh. It's fun.
Cool.
It's goofy. But it's one of those decks where, like, if you don't draw right, you just...
Yeah. It happens.
You don't draw enough lands. There have been many land game agony where you just draw too many of your white cards and not enough black, and just you don't have any draw, and you're not finding lands.
I know. It's so hard to have 2 colors in a deck, isn't it, Tommy? I know it's very difficult for you to comprehend that because you only play monocolor aggro.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
No.
It is the white, not
Necrons.
No, it is the color white that is the problem.
Why?
It does not have enough draw.
What?
In standard right now.
Nuts.
In standard.
Okay, maybe that's true. I don't know standard. Maybe that's true.
Take a look at white. There is some, but
I feel like there was not card draw in white before when I was playing Arena a lot. But it was still overpowered good because everything healed or whatever. It had those weird combos.
Right, because you had the cleric.
Yeah, it's all cleric nastiness. Anyways, that's what I played. Yeah. What are you playing?
I also have been playing Arena. I've been playing that black-white humans deck. A lot of fun. And I've also been playing a crap ton of Marvel Snap. It's so good. John, this game, if someone was like, hey, let's make a game on mobile that Tommy would be interested in, what would that be? It would be a card game, obviously. Quick rounds, because I don't like phone games. And so I need to be able to like hop in, play a game, be done. The longest a game can be is 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
It can be much shorter. It is limited to 6 turns exactly, unless there are sometimes locations that give a 7th turn, which makes the game a little interesting. Every game you play feels very different, both because of the game mechanics and because of your opponent, and how often they change the game mechanics. So I don't think this game can really have a meta. It can have very powerful characters, but tomorrow they could change the locations and you would essentially have a brand new meta.
Interesting.
It's pretty wild. And
I might check
there's no like buy a bunch of packs, hope you get the cards. It's you play the game, you level up your cards, and the leveling up is only cosmetic. Your cards start as gray, and then you level them up to green, then you level them up to rare, or like
how old is
uncommon.
This?
How old is the game?
Mm-hmm.
It just came out.
Is it out of beta or is this a beta?
Yeah. On PC, it's in PC. On PC, it's still in beta.
Okay. Is it on like Steam or how do you get it?
Steam.
Okay. Snap, Marvel Snap, you say?
Yeah. Steam
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
And then it's out. And then they don't have friendly battles yet, but it is something high on their list that they're actively working on.
Oh, it's free. You're wrong. They're definitely going to charge for packs or something.
No, once you get in and understand like the collection thing, that's how it works.
What do you pay? What do you pay for?
Cosmetics.
Okay. What else do you pay for? Because no game.
Make the clock go faster. You can level up to make the clock go faster. You can level up faster.
Oh, okay.
So like you get 2.
It's like the classic sort of thing. I get you. It's the timer release or whatever games. Got it. Okay, that's fine. That works. That works.
So you have like 6 quests you get, and then you get 2 new ones every 8 hours or something. but you can also pay to get those quests to level
faster. Okay, yeah, all right, I'm down. That's interesting. It doesn't feel like lame.
And you can pay money to get special variants that are in the store every day, but they're gameplay functional identical to the one you get just by progressing.
Gotcha. Well, I'm downloading it now, so here you go.
Mission accomplished. It only took a week. And I apologize. I apologize for what this is going to do to your time. But
we'll see. I'm not as addictive to these things as you are.
Okay.
I mean, you loved Hearthstone, and I played it once. I'm like, I hate this, and I never played it again.
Next week in episode 45, John is
see how it's
300.
Going. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If it's really good, then maybe I will be. Fine. Giving it a shot. Anyways, what else?
Cool. I played Dash at my local CC Armory. It was a lot of fun.
How'd you do?
I went 3-1 with a bye. I got bye round 1, and then won the 2 games, and then lost to a Dromai. But very good player. And I tried to boost into it, which I wasn't really sure which way would work against this Dromai, like going boost or going control. The answer is control, but I found that out because I played 2 Dromais. First, I tried the boost. Didn't go well. Got close, but not quite there. And then tried control in the second one, and it just wasn't close.
You went there. Gotcha.
Like, it just completely shut Dromai down.
Well, this is how we learn until the assassin comes out and changes everything. Like it's about to. Oh, it's so good.
The more I think about it, the more scared
I think I love this class specifically as the anti-class. Like, anyways, let's talk. Okay. Let's get into it because I'm just going to start spoiling stuff. So, anyways,
I've gotten very concerned, I guess.
Oh yeah. I kind of hope it's overpowered and LL's out quickly.
Okay.
Like I kind of hope.
I don't,
because it would be thematic if the assassin appears, kills the emperor, and then vanishes in a season. Oh, it'd be so cool! I love that idea.
But then all these assassin cards have no hero.
Yeah, that's true. But they could bring it back, or LL activates at that point because then they'd have 5 or 6 in there, right?
You need 4. They need 4.
No, they don't. How many do they have? Don't they? Oh, that's right. The others are close but haven't gotten there yet. Yeah.
There's 3.
Yeah. So
technically, Viscera is the 4th, but he's in Blitz.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. It was the other one, the Blitz. Anyways, and no one else is. No, Briar's close, and then who else is close? There's someone else that was close too, but they're kind of like a little bit of time, like another season. Is he close? Is he up there? Okay, then yeah.
And then, but so now we have our assassin coming in as an adult with a full 40 health, standard 4 intellect. Arachne Huntsman. Whenever you play a card with contract, you may look at the top card of target opponent's deck. You may put it on the bottom.
Seems weak.
Seems. Until you read some of these contracts.
Exactly.
So the first one we had was Regicide. The legendary Arachne specialization. Is that right? Arachne?
I think that's right. Arachne. Yeah, that sounds right.
When this hits a royal hero, they lose the game. When the combat chain closes, you lose the game. Regicide can't be defended by cards with the same name as cards in the defending hero's banished zone.
Cost 0. 3 attack, 3 defense. Blue.
Gross.
Well, it's gross if there's a lot of things in the banished zone preventing them from being able to defend it, right? Like an assassin.
Exactly. Yeah.
No way to stop his blade because he's just that good.
Right, because he's gotten past it before.
Mm-hmm. So what things get? How do we get things in the banished zone?
Contracts.
Yep, all the contracts. But before we get to that,
we have payday.
Yeah.
If you have completed a contract, so the reward for these contracts is create 4 silver tokens.
With this. So it's an action, no go again, cost 0. Defense for 3 is also blue. So blue feels very good with Arachne, but I imagine you will stretch out into other colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you get through your contract attack, play this, and get go again, and play this, you get 4 additional silver tokens. Why is that important? Oh wait, sorry, there's one before we figure out how that's important.
What, the surgical extraction is next, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Surgical extraction is our first contract. You are contracted to banish opponent's blue cards. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. So again, silver token. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck. Then look at their hand and banish a card.
So 2 cards off of hand, off of deck.
And you get to look at their hand.
Yep.
You now have the knowledge of their blocking capabilities.
Yeah, not sure how useful that will end up being, honestly.
What?
We'll see. I just don't know how much that will have an impact, other than the fact of taking out something that's particularly fun to take out of their hand.
Yeah.
Swings for 4, also a blue, cost 2, defends for 3. So a lot of his stuff defends for 3, which is sweet. Interesting. So let's talk about contract a little bit, because it's not super clear in the beginning, and I think more information has come out since. But just so we understand, contract is only active while on the chain. So you have to play this card, do the thing it's looking for. So, for example, you're contracted to banish opponent's blue cards. So when this hits, you banish off the top, right? And you banish from their hand. If it's a blue card, you get a silver token. So it's a special feature that's like, this is active only during this chain. If one of your banishes happen while this is on the chain, then you get silver. And the thing that's gross is if you manage to chain a couple of these in a combat chain, you can get multiple at the same time. And you'll see why when we get to some of the other contracts. But not just blue, but blue and also has a low cost, right? Then you can get 2 silver tokens if you have both contracts active at the same time. Pretty gross. So let's go to the next one. Why are we getting all these silver tokens, Tommy?
Do you know what? Surgical extraction is pummelable. It costs 2.
Oh. Very nice.
Gross.
But I don't know if he'll ever build that way.
Why not? You don't assassin.
I guess so. Here's the thing: he might build that way if the meta leans a specific way. Yeah, but you don't necessarily want that stuff in your. I guess maybe you do. I don't know.
Even if it's a blue pummel, you still get the disruption.
It's true. And that is powerful with this guy, right? Because you're basically stripping everything. Yeah, maybe that will become Cornerstone. Also, Razor Reflexes.
Yeah,
that's the problem. It doesn't work with his weapons.
No, right.
It only works with this card, in fact, because most of his other stuff is super cheap.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a one.
I don't think that's ever going to be in there. Yeah. Anyways,
Mask of Perdition. While Mask of Perdition is in your graveyard at the start of your turn, you may destroy 2 silvers you control. If you do, equip Mask of Perdition.
Boom!
An attack reaction. Destroy Mask of Perdition. Target assassin attack action cards gains. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck.
Boom! Extra banishes!
And it's battle.
So good. So, defends for 1. You use it, you defend with it, and then you do the attack reaction when you're already about to banish cards and you've looked at the top of their deck because that's what his skill is, right? So you know you're set up to multi-contract.
Right.
You use this to banish twice, get a second shot at getting even more silver, and then you use those silvers at the beginning of your next turn to put the mask back on and recharge its blocking ability. So cool. It's because he's an assassin. He gets paid well. He gets a new mask. He goes to the shop. He gets a new mask in the middle of the fight. He's like, hold on 1 second. I got to spin this coin. Ching, ching, ching.
All right. You want to take the next one?
Sure. Slay the Scholars, which I like the art in this. There's some really good art on these, by the way. I am I think I say this every set. Actually, I'm 90% sure I say this every set, but I really think they knocked it out of the park and they did a really good job this time so far.
It is.
It's so good. Different.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it. Anyways, Slay the Scholars. Cost 0. This one's red. It is a common, so we can expect to have a full cycle of it. The red swings for 4, blocks for 3. Contract. You are contracted to banish opponent's non-attack action cards. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When this hero hits, banish top card of their deck. So, playing this for 0, you're swinging in. You're setting up another contract. Now, the downside is no go again. So, only if you're top banishing the correct thing with this as it stands alone, and you know it's a non-attack. So, guess what this is perfect against? Wizards that have nothing but non-attack actions. You know you're going to hit this. You're going to get this every time against a wizard. So this is definitely your sideboard for wizard fights. Funny thing, though, Icelander sideboards hybrid to fight Arachnid, right?
Oh, sure.
So that she can mess up his plan. But Kano, I'm sorry, man. You're a scholar and you've been slain.
I feel like Icelander is going to be a very scary matchup.
I think Icelander's I wouldn't say a hard counter, but a potential counter capability to Arachne.
Yeah.
So, next one, Spider's Bite. Yeah, go for it.
Once per turn action, 2 resource, attack, go again for 1. Has a new keyword, piercing 1. That's new, right?
Yep.
If this is defended by an equipment, it has +1. Which is super interesting and super cool. And I feel personally attacked as a Kasai
player. Okay.
Because that significantly decreases the use of my boots.
Yep, that's the point.
But these two will never meet because Kasai is stuck in Blitz. And as of now, Arachne's stuck in CC.
Yeah, only adult, as far as we can tell.
So, theorizing about that, not to get too off track, but do you think the number in between the legendary and the adult hero is a young version or a Marvel version?
Well, slot 114 is after the Marvel, so it could be the young version, though I doubt it. It wouldn't be. I guess it could be a majestic young hero, right? That's weird, right? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It could be. It's still possible because it could. This is a strange situation having a new class in a supplemental set, right?
I mean, it could be a majestic because he's a majestic hero.
Exactly. It definitely could be because there's no rules for what we're seeing right now, right? Okay. So it is possible. But I don't know. And so spider bites are rares. That's these kind of I would say the default weapons for them.
Yeah.
And they're right at there. They're 115 and 116. So yeah, it could be the young hero in there. What else would be in there? Let's think about it that way. Maybe a better weapon, a one-handed weapon.
Because you have 2 daggers now in this set.
Yep. Yeah, in this set, with this silver dagger. That's right. Interesting. You didn't finish reading that card, though.
Well, that's why I said I didn't want to get too off. When this hits a hero, the next time they defend with 1 or more attack action cards this turn, those cards have -1 while defending.
Gross. So if you let this hit, which you're going to want to do because it's just 1, and you know the big stuff is coming that you really want to stop, the contracts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you do that, your defense against the contract is weakened.
Correct. You've been
1 or more attack action cards this turn. That means all of them get a -1. If you get hit twice, all of them get a -2. And there's almost every time going to come at you with 2 spider bites before going into the contracts, I would expect.
Yeah. I was really nervous when I saw this at 2 cost, but with all the blues, I'm not really.
Yeah, that's why this is one of the reasons I said he feels like he wants to play blue.
Yeah.
A lot. Not 100%, but definitely
it makes sense.
Blue hefty.
Yeah.
So yeah, really sick, really gross. I'm super fan. I'm not gonna play Assassin. I actually have zero interest in playing this guy. I love that he's in the meta though. Like he's gonna mess so much stuff up. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Next up, we got Sack the Shifty.
God, the art! Look at that.
His leg's gone.
He chopped his leg right off.
Red, 0 cost. Contract. You are contracted to banish opponent's cards with base Go Again. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck.
Again, it's a common, so we'll most likely have a cycle of 3. Mm-hmm. Swings for 4, defends
blocks
for 3.
You got all blocks for 3.
He's a 3 blocker all the way. Yeah. Like this is why I feel he's kind of a bluish. Because it's kind of like Icelander, how she's a blue and 3 block everything. Pretty sweet. So all your go again, go wide heroes are no longer going to have fun with this out there.
No. Annihilate the Armed is next at 1 cost red. Another common. Contract. You are contracted to banish opponent's action cards. Whenever you complete this contract, create
attack action cards.
What?
Just attack action
cards. Attack action cards, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
yeah. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck. Swings for 5.
Costs 1 though, unlike the other ones.
Right.
So
but this is your extra. Say you pitch 2 blues, you play 2 cards, or 1 card in arsenal, you play 1, swing your spider bite twice.
Yep. You got it. You got the resources for all this, and then you can also pull back your equipment and stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Again, common. So full cycle.
Right.
Blocking for 3.
You want to do the next one?
Plunder the Poor. This
rude.
Is a rare red, 0 cost, swings for 4, defends for 3. You are contracted to banish opponent's cards with cost 1 or less. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck. It's interesting how some of them have the kind of like explainer text to contract and some of them don't. You think it's based on rarity? It's interesting.
Yeah, maybe. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? This is a rare. This is going to hit on all those 0 cost heroes and low cost heroes. So Fi, You're going to feel it. I like how they call them the poor. The ones that do 0 cost things, they're poor. So whenever you see someone come at you with a lot of 0 things, you just be like, you're poor.
I'm plundering you, poor.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go and you plunder them.
It's just rude.
I'll do the next. Black Tech Whisper.
Yeah, you're better at reading these. You just read these.
I just love this. First off, the art is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It's like some crazy mechanologist magical boots that apparently, when it steps in blood, activate because the front foot is in the puddle of blood and the back foot isn't. And the front foot has like a fin that's coming out of the side that looks sharp with like a glowy red activated throughout all the metal, pieces, and a spike off of the ankle, and then the kneecap is lit up as well. So it's like it's activated this mechanologist thing going on in these boots. Mm-hmm. And when you see what it does, it makes sense. And then the back boot, which is not in the blood, is just like a more normal armored boot. So it's like armor, right? So while Black Tech, plus the name Black Tech makes me think that it's blood tech, It's like tech that gets powered up by, Black Tech is like sneaky shit or assassin stuff that's powered by blood. So while Black Tech Whisperer is in your graveyard, at the start of your turn, you may destroy 2 silvers you control. If you do, equip it. So it's just like the mask. You can bring it back with the money you're making. Attack reaction. Destroy Black Tech Whisperers. Target assassin attack action gains. When this hits a hero, it gains Go Again. Sorry, that's weird because it gains, quote, when this hits a hero, it gains Go Again. What it does is you destroy this as a reaction and you give your assassin contract Go Again, therefore playing a second one, allowing you to double the silver or get more silver depending on how your combo's set up. Again, battle worn, again, 1. This is legendary.
Yeah.
So it is awesome, and I love the art inspires me. I'm like, oh, there's going to be stuff that's just powered by blood, and in this case,
dope. Yeah,
it's like with the snap boots that make you get go again, the real common ones.
Right.
It's just like those, except powered by
Snapdragon scalers.
Yeah, it's powered by the blood of your opponent. When this hits, you steal their blood and get to go fast.
I'm down for it.
Shred. Mm-hmm. This art is brutal. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna let you guys look it up. It's brutal.
Wolverine out here.
A little bit, or Freddy Krueger, kind of. It's brutal. True. Brutal. This is a rare in red. 0 cost. Target card defending an assassin attack gets -4 defense this combat chain. So, you think you're all slick. You're ready for the contract turn. You took the 2 hits, but you got like a defense reaction or something awesome, right? You're ready. And he comes out with his contract, and you drop down that blocks 5 or whatever, defense reaction. You're like, yes, I'm going to actually block it. And then he just throws a 0 cost -4 to your defense.
Yep.
And also this works on armor.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Because target card.
Yes, card.
Card. Defending.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Take that, Carrion Husk.
It's assassin attack reaction. Yeah, exactly. Take that, Carrion Husk. Oh my god. This is so gross. And of course, it defends for 3 as well.
Yeah, because why wouldn't it?
And of course. Yeah. Why wouldn't it also be awesome in defense?
Why not?
Rob the Rich. This is a 1 cost contract. Hits for 5, defends for 3, also rare. You are contracted to banish opponents' cards with cost 2 or greater. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When it hits, banish top card of their deck. So this is very much the same thing for the poor, except for the rich. So I guess Guardians are rich. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah.
The Brutes.
Yep. Brutes, yeah, they're all high cost, aren't they?
Or zeros. That's a little riskier, but
or rich. Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, they have a lot of high cost.
Yep. I'm just saying, flavor wise, I'm not sure the Brutes strike me as rich.
I'm trying to think who else.
I think that's it, really. Yeah. They don't go into a lot of things that have resource requirements in this game.
Yeah, and the kind of like middle decks that have both, there are better cards to play. They're better contracts.
Yeah.
Like leave no witnesses.
Yeah.
Cost 0, red, swings for 4, blocks for 3. Contract, you are contracted to banish opponents' red cards. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck and up to 1 card in their arsenal. Command and Conquer for 4 was 0.
Yep.
Without the defense reaction.
Exactly.
Caveat, but still.
So this is Majestic. Mm-hmm. And the art is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And I think there might be a few of these mats left if you want this mat at SCG. It was earlier, not long ago. There was at Star City Games. They had kits. They're if you bought a case, you got the mat, and this is the art for the mat.
Yes.
So pretty cool. Beautiful art. Yeah, it looks like they have some. It did run out, but then they restocked it.
Yep, looks like there's 19 left. But then they'll probably just restock it.
Yeah.
Seems like they've been doing that all day. But very cool, Matt. Very cool art. Very excited for that card. I have mine to be picked up there, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, because we'll be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Then we got Fleece the Frail. Another 0 red cost, 4 attack, 3 go again, 0 cost contract. You are contracted to banish opponents' cards with 2 or less defense. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When this hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck.
God, this is so gross. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think the sideboarding is going to be the hardest part about this.
You're gonna have to take some and leave others.
Yep.
I mean, it's just you got to know your local meta, who you think you're going to go up against, and
Yep. That is also common, so we can expect a full cycle on that.
yeah. Although I don't know if do you think we'll see full comp on the contracts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they already have them listed in the tracker.
Okay.
So, I mean, not that that's like guaranteed, but yes, I do think we will. Okay. For the commons, absolutely. Yeah. That's standard across the game so far. Okay. Rares and Majestics, no promise.
Right.
I think there have been some that have it, but it definitely is not common. Right. So. Right. Next, the Nimble. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Costs 1, red, swings for 5, defends for 3. Also a contract, also a common, so expect the full cycle. You're contracted to banish opponents' reaction cards. Whenever you complete this, get a silver. Same thing as always. If it hits, banish top of their deck. Now remember, the hero power gets to look at the top and put something at the bottom. So if you know this is in your hand and you're going to play this contract, you get to check and increase your odds of hitting your contract.
Right.
Pretty cool. Next. Eradicate.
Yellow.
Fucking crazy. God.
Yellow.
And it's a Majestic, so don't expect the cycle on this one. No. Yep.
Swings for 4, blocks for 3, costs 1, is yellow. You are contracted to banish opponents' yellow cards. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. When this hits a hero, banish the top X cards of their deck, where X is the damage dealt by Eradicate.
That's gross. Swings for 4, but we know there are attack reactions.
Of course.
So imagine it coming in for 7 or 10 or something, right? Imagine you swung with this the spider bites first, right? And you took down their defense ability. So it's already defending less 2, right? Oh, and you steal cards out of their hand, and then you do this. Oh,
or you have Shred.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So gross. So gross.
John, I think this is me.
You're in for it.
I'm on.
I feel like it's not aggro enough for you.
It doesn't matter. It's adult Kasai. I get to build up silver and do things with it.
That's true. Although I feel like you're cycling silver. You're not really building. Well, so far. We don't know everything yet. There could be some crescendo cards.
For it. It's the closest to it. And there's attack reactions and there's daggers. I have 2 of them.
Here's the thing. What happens if Adult Kasai also comes with this?
Then I am only playing Adult Kasai.
Okay, just making sure. Making sure your passions are still set.
No, of course. Yeah.
I'll be honest. This is the playmat. This Eradicate. I would get this playmat. Like this one, I'd be absolutely. Like, oh, I can't not,
Yeah.
So good. So crazy.
It's wild.
For those of you just listening, it's a room filled with bodies and a female assassin just lounging in the blood and bodies. That sounds terrible the way I said it, but it looks really cool.
So happy about it. You're just like, wait
I was like, wait a second. That sounds really horrible. I sound terrible.
Hooks hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, you got to see it. It's so good. It's such a dramatic piece of art. It's so cool. Anyways. Now that I sound like a freak. Let's move on.
Cut to the chase, John. With this red that costs 0. Target assassin. It's an attack reaction. Target assassin attack action card with contract gains +3.
Like we were just saying.
Look at the top card. Look at the top card of the defending hero's deck. You may put it on the bottom.
So you get to double do your hero ability with this.
Mm-hmm.
And then also
give it +3.
Add damage. And it blocks for 3. Let's not forget that.
Right, because why not?
Yeah.
And so imagine doing cut to the chase on Eradicate.
This is 9 of, I guarantee it. Because this is a common.
Oh yeah.
So there'll be a +3, a +2, and a +1.
Yeah.
Right. 0 cost. Why would you not have one of those in the deck? Right.
Right, of course.
Because you want these reactions to surprise on the contract.
And you want to hit the contracts every time.
Yep. This is 9 of. This is better than Plunder. This is better than Razor Reflexes. Although I think Razor Reflexes will probably be in there too.
Yeah.
Gross. So gross. So good. Just blocks for 3.
Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. Kasai blocks for 3. And so that's what I like. And it's reusing equipment like Kasai. And generating things to pull off combos like Kasai. It's the closest.
It's not as wide or as aggro-y though.
But that's not how I play Kasai.
Disagree. Hard disagree. You totally do. Just because there's also an end result of your super aggro play style doesn't mean that you don't play aggro style.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So let's do some math and think a little bit about this. So you got the daggers, they're 2 each. Mm-hmm. So you're spending at least a blue and something else, right, to get those out. Mm-hmm. You want those out. They present threat. They make people think about defending to avoid that minus
2 blues, because I'm not seeing you playing a lot of yellows.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 2 blues from hand to pay for the turn, right? Mm-hmm. And that leaves you with 2 floating. So you can do 2 contracts, which is possible thanks to the boots, right? So you can do a 0 cost contract and not worry about that extra resource. You can do 2 1 cost contracts and not worry about not having the resources, right? So you're able to do that, which is very viable. You use the boots to get the go again on the first contract, and then you swing in with the second one. They're all still on the chain, I believe, right? Because attack reaction doesn't break the chain.
Right.
Am I correct on that? Right?
Yeah.
And so that means you'll have, for the first contract, you'll presumably hit. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. You use Black Tech Whispers. You bring in the second contract, potentially allowing you to hit that first contract,
Right.
Because say they blocked it, so you don't get it, but then the next one vanishes and it happens to hit both things, such as a low defense and a blue card, right? Or whatever, you can, all those contracts we just read, any combination of those 2. So
right.
Pretty neat. And you're talking swinging in for 9 at the end after swinging in for 2. So 11 seems like a nice average turn for this.
Yeah.
Which is low.
But it also has repercussions.
Oh, yeah. Serious repercussions, not to mention you're draining your opponent's deck. Mm-hmm. So remember when we were talking about poison? Yeah, we were talking about poison and that sort of stuff. Yeah. This is like you're being poisoned, because you remember our deck represents kind of our endurance, right? And it gets worn down through the fight.
Use all of it.
Nope. You get yourself drained by this assassin's attacks. Very cool. Very flavorful. Without even calling it a poison mechanic, they put a poison mechanic, basically. It's cool. It's very neat.
I mean, you know how much I love Mill.
It is Mill. It is Mill. Yeah. I will give you that. So, yeah, I can see this fitting your style. That part, I was wrong. This is your Mill deck, not your aggro deck.
Yeah. So I have my aggro side for sure, but there hasn't been this option in Flesh and Blood.
Absolutely, before. That's true.
And so now it's here, and now I get to be the sit back and be an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun.
So
it's fun.
How do you counter our friend Arachne here? What hurts Arachne?
Play the mirror.
The mirror.
Mirror's gonna be awful.
That will be weird. I'm not sure how you would even play that, honestly.
If there are too many Arachnes at first, I may just stay on dash for a bit.
I mean,
I feel like I am not going to enjoy.
I think anyone who wants to play Arachne should, unless they're just really into playing and don't care, should probably wait, right? Because the card pool is very small.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't think
so. This is like an underpowered hero, period.
Absolutely.
But, and this is what I love about it, it is always the threat lurking in the shadows of the meta. If something rises to too much popularity, Arachne comes out as a counter immediately. There's no way to stop it because it has tools for any hero. So if any one hero is too good, Arachne's there to be a counter. Guaranteed. It has some sort of counter capability to that hero. Right. And if you're building for one hero, I feel like you'll be able to build a really efficient and painful deck for that.
Yeah.
So very interesting stuff. Very exciting. Daggers work with Razor Reflexes. So you got that one coming in. You have all your staples. Obviously, your Command and Conquers, which I'm not sure you'll want to play with this because of 2 costs. I guess it depends. If you're playing a blue heavy, though, it's not that bad.
I mean, sure. It's a solid card.
And then, what's the other one? E-Strike. Someone was saying Art of War. That produces silver, which is good, right? I'm not sure how much extra silver you need to produce, though.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because you're only at, as of now, you're only using 2 or 4 a turn, right?
Right.
To bring back all your equipment. It does give you a second banish, which would build up silver even faster. I wonder if there is some sort of specialization or something coming that it blows off the top of the silver,
Yeah.
Blood on our hands equivalent.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, there
has to be some kind of finisher.
Doesn't have to be in this set though.
No. I mean,
think about how often that's happened where they kind of set up a hero and then the next set they give it the powerhouse.
But they usually give the powerhouse in the
supplementals. It's true. Yeah.
But then again, with Icelander, it was in a draft.
It's true. And Regicide, if you think about it, is kind of like the story version of that, right?
Yeah.
It's the power player for this set's story, right? It makes sense. It's not like that good in other situations, right?
You can't even play against the Emperor.
Yeah, maybe we do get a young then. Because that's a good point. That kind of makes that card useless.
Right.
Oh no, but the crown
anyone that has the crown can
Yeah. So that's not true. God, what are they going to put in it to make Royal make sense?
I don't know. I think Regicide's more of a flavorful card than an actual useful playable card.
It's a specialization, though. It's one of his.
That's a shame, and that's unfortunate.
I don't know. Specializations tend to be pretty good at the end of the day.
Well, it's very dependent on Royal.
Yeah, that one is in the end of day. I mean, as the sets develop, not immediately, not day one.
Right. I mean, we don't have all our generic
3
cards.
sets from now, it may be great.
Yeah, so we don't have all our generic cards right now, right? So we may have just a bunch of cards or other class cards that people are gonna want to play that have that kind of Royal buff. So maybe say 2 or 3 heroes in the meta, it's better to run them Royal with these new cards.
Yeah.
And then you have a wider pool for that to hit.
So,
but it's definitely not a main board.
I have a piece of information that might make you
main deck
feel differently. And this is all speculation, so take it with a grain of salt, everyone. It seems it's speculated there's about 13 generic cards.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that's odd is that the Crown of Dominion is 234, and the next one we have is a Majestic at Imperial Warhorn at 242. So it's 8 cards. Well, I guess 7 cards, right? Yeah, 7 cards. Or is it 8? I can't count. 7 cards, yes. It's 7 cards that are Majestic, General cards. My guess is they're all going to be some sort of equipment that's Royal based, like Imperial Warhorn. And depending on how they work with it, because God knows what they do.
Like a Royal chess piece or Royal gloves.
Yeah, or more like the potions and stuff where it's like items, because think about Warhorn. It's not a chess piece or anything, right?
Right.
It's a generic item that has a Royal kicker. That's the way I would describe it. And so you can think about like Everfest potions and trinkets and whatever except it'll probably be something that helps in each individual class and applies to Royal mechanics to drive the desire for your particular class to wear the helmet, to wear the hat.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Sense. And that would make this more interesting then, right? That specialization.
Yeah.
The reason I say that, just for people that don't quite grasp what I'm saying, is because there's a legendary, there's a bunch of blanks, and then a Majestic, and typically Majestics are at the top of any category.
Right, so we're expecting a lot of Majestics.
So it had, like, between that, either there's going to be all the other Ls or generics, which is possible. Actually, that's also possible. Maybe there's, because we're 5 are expected here, so we're missing 2. So we might get 2 more generic legendaries, which would be gross.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be 7 Majestics in that spot.
Maybe some new heroes?
Alternatively,
Royal versions of heroes?
Those wouldn't be under generic. They'd be under their class.
Could. Yeah.
But alternatively, it could also just be other Marvel versions.
True.
I think that's possible too. So if you have Imperial Warhorn, Marvel Imperial Warhorn, right? Like Shield of the Mighty, Marvel Shield of the Mighty, right? So that would cut it in half, the number that are there, which is possible considering the number of Marvels we've seen that look awesome.
All of them?
Yeah, they do pretty much all look awesome.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm super hyped. Yeah, the horn wasn't a Marvel, was it? We didn't see that. We've seen Marvel of all the other equipment. We haven't seen Marvel of the horn.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, it isn't. Okay, so I'm guessing that's what it is. I bet we have 8 different Majestic levels, and they all do something that's somewhat useful per class. Not super useful for everyone.
Right. Yeah, just the regular.
Yeah, and then just like makes Royal really good, right? Because generics are usually really decent, but items are kind of meh, right?
Oh, or is it Crown and then Royal Crown and then generic thing, other generic one, and then the Marvel version of that, and then so it's really half. So you saying there's 8 slots? Maybe there's 4.
That's what I was saying. If it's a Marvel, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. If the Marvel has a separate number. Nope, it doesn't. Never mind. There's a picture of the crown. It has the Marvel. It's the same number.
Oh, well, so there goes that idea.
Yeah, it is 8 then. Yep, it is 8. That's kind of annoying. Why do they keep them as the same number? That makes it kind of hard to do databases and stuff. Why'd you do that, LSS? You made data hard. I don't like that. All right, question.
Yeah.
Once per turn action, pay 1, attack. If another weapon you control has gained go again this turn, Quicksilver Dagger has go again. Swings for 1. Does he use the dagger?
I don't think
Is it of any use to him?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that goes more with the Razor Reflex. Oh, wait, never mind. He can't. It's a warrior weapon. I forgot. That's so weird.
Yeah.
That's going to get... I guess that's fair, but it feels really confusing. Two classes are using the same weapon type, but it does make sense. It's just it's a warrior dagger, not an assassin dagger. You can't mix and match those.
Yeah, and Kasai can only swing her weapons twice anyways, and she gets the second. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense for Kasai. So, right?
I guess. I don't know. What about Dory? Does she give her weapon go again?
She wants Dawnblade.
No, I know, but is there a world where she gives her weapon go again? Is that a thing?
Yes. But
then it's for her, and there's probably stuff that supports it under warrior.
Have 3 hands though?
What do you mean 3 hands? No, just do 2 dagger. It'll be dagger Dory.
Oh, yeah. No.
Because it will give go again, and then it'll give the other one go again. Because all the attack reactions and stuff that give weapons go again.
That's true.
I mean, I'm guessing, and there's
no way
under warrior.
Oh, right, because then Dory allows you to swing a second time with that weapon.
Yeah, and then you can swing 4 times with daggers. Dagger Dory going 4 times out.
Maybe that's it.
Oh, man, that's actually kind of awesome imagining that. There's your new go wide. Yeah, cool. I'm excited. I can't wait to see the illusionist stuff. It's always a pet favorite of mine. Mm-hmm. Wizard is exciting. I think it's going to be overpowered. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like it's going to be. Although trying to make it work with that warrior wizard emperor is really confusing. Not sure how that's going to play. Does Ranger get good enough, Tommy? What do you think?
No, it's always a trap.
It's always a trap. All right, what about Brute? What about Brute with Rock?
Yes, that's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about... damn it. Damn it. What? Okay, we have a trick here. I just realized something about the way the numbers are laid out. Huh. So, Rock is 05. It's at the top of the Brute section. Guardian is 26, but there's a slot right before it at 25. So that means either a hero, because they come at the beginning of a section, or legendary for Guardian. And I don't think Guardians need any more legendary equipment.
They also don't need any. Is that Yoji slot?
Oh, that's a good question. I bet it is, because Yoji's only shown as a promo. Yep, that goes there. Yep. But guess who else has
2 Guardians and 1 set?
Tommy, guess who else has a slot above theirs? Warrior.
Ooh.
Is that Adult Kasai? Is that Adult Kasai?
Then I can.
Is that Adult Kasai, Tommy?
Please give it a Marvel treatment.
Those are the only ones, though. Yeah, so we're not getting a whole lot of heroes then, I imagine. Oh, crazy. All the rest look like it's just at the top. Now, granted, all speculation based on this chart, which may or may not be accurate.
Sure.
But it's fun to speculate, isn't it?
Always. Always fun.
We don't have anything for Illusionist yet. Where's our majestic weapon for the Illusionist?
No one cares.
Shush you.
No one asked.
I care.
No one asked until now. Now you ask.
Well, we shall see in the next few days.
Yeah.
Because these things are just rolling out really fast, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do. I'm sure we can. Well, everything should be done by next week's podcast, right?
I think everything is out. If not, everything very close. Yeah. So, quick question. Mm-hmm. You know how the art can kind of predict the future sets?
Sure.
So looking at this art, where do you think we're going to be next? If this is somewhat predictive of future sets? I don't know. It's a tough one.
They've shown us anything.
They've shown a few things.
It all kind of seems pretty...
Blessing of Aether looks weird for where we are. Let's see. What was the other one? I saw a few. Sap doesn't say where we are at all, but there's I think obviously the lantern ones are all the Chinese, or not Chinese, good God. The festival.
Yeah.
The festival. It's loosely based on Chinese culture, some say.
Yeah.
I think Payday, I know for a fact that background is I only know this for a fact because some other content creator pointed it out. I'm not that smart. That is a tavern in the pits, I believe is what's in the background there. And that guy, Jackdaw, well, assuming Jackdaw is who's in the image, is a bouncer from that that like club / tavern in the pits. So apparently Jackdaw also goes out and murders people for money, which makes sense in the pits. I feel like everyone goes out and murders people for money.
Sure.
Spider's Bites both look like pits to me in the background. The green background is similar to Azalea's backgrounds that always have that green tinge.
Sure, but you also, I don't know, it looks like it's in an alleyway down the street from any of the other cards.
Yeah, but what else looks like alleyways? All the cards that feature the pits. It all looks like shady alleyways.
Sure.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Guess that's probably it. Everything else looks like it could be here in the Uprising. Or I guess it's not the Uprising anymore. Okay, well, that's all we got.
Now
I'm guessing
pits. All of the Dynasty.
Yeah, it's all the Dynasty.
I'm for it.
Then maybe Azalea can get good.
One day.
Someday. We can hope.
It'll happen. I mean, any one of these heroes, they could print a couple cards and just make them good.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah. So, Briar's at 922, just to go back to our earlier conversation very quickly. So she's basically there, which means we'll have 4 heroes in LL status very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming she wins anything else in the next months.
Yeah.
And then if Arachne cycles out too, then you'd have 5. It would also be a really interesting meta because everyone would be used to playing heroes as Arachne in the current meta. And then they have to go to a meta where it's all these heroes that it never had to play against.
Yeah.
Bravo, Chain, Starvo, Chain, Prism, and Briar, right?
It's not going to... I don't think it's going to hit it as fast as you're thinking.
I think it would be cool to see it vanish.
Sure, but it's not going to. It's going to be around for a while, John.
You think? It's not good enough?
No, it's just the season after Worlds. Like, it's not able to be played at Worlds. And then the big thing where it'll start accruing points is Pro Tour or ProQuest,
which is like 3 months after Worlds.
Right, 3 months.
That's a quarter.
How fast was Starvo gone?
In 1 quarter.
Yes.
Like 3 months. In 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's 3 months till that starts.
Well, yeah, and then in that first 3 months, it could be gone. Possible. Well, actually, it might not be possible. I'd have to look at the event schedule, honestly.
And they also increased the points required.
No, they didn't.
Or, well, the events
They
required
changed,
they
changed the points per event. Yeah. Fair. That's fair. That is true. All right, fine. He won't be overpowered. I don't know.
I think, like we said before, like we even said it before earlier tonight, where it was this is going to be the underpowered version. Hopefully, I mean, I would love to see it come out and be strong, but I also kind of don't want every set to just have a new hero that comes and just bombs the meta.
Yeah, that's fair, I suppose.
Like, I think
it would be cool if he's always in the shadows waiting to harass whoever becomes too powerful.
Right, exactly.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So after Briar goes what? Vis?
It's the bully of the bullies. Yeah, I mean, this is a very popular hero. You have a lot of people playing him religiously, and then he'll just accrue the points organically.
I guess we'll have to see what the cards are, right? Yeah. Like, we don't even know what the Runeblade cards are yet.
No, and then so Runeblade could be looking scary as heck, and we don't.
Yeah.
Like we're all terrified about all this stuff, and they never show like the real juicy.
The powerhouses first. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, like, why don't we have anything for Illusionist yet? Is Illusionist about to be like crazy? Because
I hope not.
We don't have one.
Yes, we do. Dromai.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I guess that does count.
Yeah, it very much counts. She's very
much not a light illusionist.
Well, you're not getting light in this.
Dang it! All right, fair. Yeah. People are saying Dromai is good against this. I don't see it, but I could be wrong.
I could see it. She can be very. She can trade blocks very efficiently. I think.
Trade blocks efficiently. Okay.
Like, she can stall out these, like, if she blocks appropriately.
Okay.
And then just slowly sneak out the dragons to the point where the assassin now has to hit them.
Yeah, I mean, the contract thing only works on the hero. That's one thing that's true. You won't get your hit for the dragons.
Right.
But so with 2 swings on the daggers plus a contract swing of 4 or 5, even if you don't get the contract effect, you're taking out dragons left and right and being able to swing at the hero.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know that she's that strong into it. Maybe I'm missing something, though.
Yeah. We'll have to see how many. I mean, maybe Dromai goes a little more swarm heavy.
Well, yeah, and who knows what's in that illusion. Like, what if it's a bunch of dragons? What if it's like a ton of new dragons?
We know we're getting dragons.
How do we know that?
Because I'm pretty sure James White said that there were dragons coming.
Oh, in the set? Oh, I didn't. Yeah. I don't think I heard that. It
was on Twitter.
Okay. Oh God. So Dromai is the new Empress.
Looks like the assassin got to do work again.
Yeah. Well, the story is definitely that. So I'm okay with Dromai beating up the assassin because the story is she's essentially taking the crown.
Yeah.
So, but apparently didn't hire him. Interestingly, she had other machinations in order that basically she didn't need to do anymore because she turned around and the emperor was dead.
Right.
I think someone, maybe it was DM Armada, speculated that was it some mechanologist group sent the assassin? I don't remember why. Yeah, there was some evidence of that, but you know how this all goes. Slight evidence that people latch onto. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me.
Yep. I'm hyped. Anything else? I'm hyped. I'm definitely gonna play her, assassin, but not sure. I don't know if I'll commit completely. And then everything, all bets are off the table if we actually have a Adult Kasai. So.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense.
I mean, why would
Adult Kasai, Arachne, Yoji, Emperor, Amira.
Let's go.
That sounds right. That sounds good. I'm okay with that.
No merchant.
Maybe a merchant. Yeah, because they always do a merchant, right? Like I was like, wait a second, you got to have a merchant. That's just a thing they do.
Yeah, I hope not, but it's fine.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Well, that's it for this time.
It's always sad when you're opening up your box and one of your mythics is just a merchant. You're just like, fair enough.
I suppose.
I need one of you, but that is all. But so until next week when we discuss the rest of these spoilers, probably.
Yeah.
We will catch you guys later.
Have a good one.